Mutual was founded in 1845 in Cape Town and is a global long-term savings, insurance and investment group. It has a market cap of 116 billion and assets under management of around $380 billion. The group's short-term insurance subsidiary is Mutual and Federal, which has an 11% share of the South African market. Old Mutual has a price-to-earnings ratio of 37 and a dividend yield of 2.8%. Old Mutual, Paul, what do you make of it right now? Well, we're talking about Mutual and Federal within this group.
Yes, so look, I mean, Old Mutual, the parent company, is one of South Africa's oldest, financial institutions. It demutualized and listed on the stock exchange not that long ago, and then went on a global spree of buying companies in Scandinavia and United States of America. It bought the old Sage Life business. It had a terrible, terrible time in 2008, 2009, where it had serious pressure in terms of its capital base, but it's since recovered quite nicely. You can see the share price is trading around 22, 23, 24 rands a share. Julian Roberts, the London-based CEO, seems quite positive. They own half of Nedbank. But as far as their insurance subsidiary is concerned, Mutual and Federal is always knocked around in the South African market. I don't think it was all that well managed by Old Mutual. They didn't give their subsidiary much support. At some point they said, yeah, it's for sale, and then afterwards they said, no, it's not for sale anymore.
Keep it.
They came close to doing a deal, so that couldn't have been easy for the management team there. But I think they run a fairly tidy operation, and also in that sort of traditional broker-based type of business.
Before we get your thoughts on Mutual and Federal, what do you think of Old Mutual right now?
Yeah, look, I think life insurance companies, the right way of valuating them is embedded value, and I think that's probably the only one that's currently still trading at a discount in South Africa. It's for a reason at a discount, because I think people are valuing the European companies, etc., probably less than what they are on their balance sheet, the market out there. But I think the right price should be around 30 Rand a share. Should always probably trade a bit of a discount to that, but that's probably the pick in that sector at the moment in South Africa, because it trades at a discount to embedded value.
And your thoughts on Mutual and Federal?
Well, I think it's basically much the same of what Santam is, and it's got a good name as well. I think it's one of the bigger ones out there. It was taken out by Mutual a while back, so you can't get direct access to it anymore as you used to on the market. Used to be a bit illiquid as well in trading, but certainly I think it's probably much of the same than Santam, with the same broker networks, etc.
So Paul, hot or not, Old Mutual?
Yeah, look, the company itself, Peter Todd runs, and as Gerbrand says, it used to be listed. Royal Sun and Alliance out of London had a big chunk, and then Mutual had another big chunk. You could hardly ever get any, and then they offered to buy out the minorities, and they came back and had to buy it out again. So I think it's fine. It's a solid operator, not a huge contributor to Old Mutual's profits, scale-wise. I think the real issue for Old Mutual, having done that distribution and part share consolidation a couple of months ago, it confused people a bit, but there you go, 24 Rand a share. They're busy offloading some of those US asset management companies. They've offloaded parts of their Scandinavian, Scandia Life, Scandia, Finland, what business. I mean, from here now, they've got a dominant position in life and savings here in South Africa. And then Nedbank. I mean, Nedbank, having also been potentially on the block for kicking it out, they said, no, we now want to keep it. And, it's done well. Nedbank, as we know, has done well. So I'm a bit sort of iffy. To me, it's a little bit of an execution play. I'm not a big fan of the insurers generally as investments, so I'm not hot on Old Mutual.
Yourself, Gerbrand, hot or not?
Well, I think if you need to buy something in the sector, hot. Otherwise, I'm probably on the same side as Paul is. I think there's better investment in life insurance companies.
So for this evening, are you hot or not?
Well, I'll go hot for
Okay.
Old Mutual.
Awesome. So one hot and one not for Old Mutual.